Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this message. A massive shift is about to hit your life, and heaven just intercepted your feed. You did not stumble upon this by accident. God just paused the entire internet to deliver this exact prophetic blueprint directly to you, because the spiritual warfare you have been fighting is officially coming to a permanent end. Listen to me very carefully, and do not skip this. If you choose to ignore this warning, you are willingly shattering your own spiritual shield. A great energetic event is heading toward your timeline right now, and the dark matrix is actively trying to hide this massive breakthrough from you. They want you to swipe away so you stay trapped in the dark. Stay exactly where you are. Lock your attention deeply on my voice, because your divine vindication is finally here. I am going to reveal the exact hidden evidence that will change your reality forever. But first, we must go deeper. We need to address the intense physical symptoms you have been carrying lately, because your physical vessel is reacting violently to the unseen battles. Your shoulders are incredibly tight. You feel a strange heaviness pressing down on you every single day. People tell you it is just normal stress or getting older, but you know deep in your spirit that something else is completely draining your precious energy, leaving you exhausted before the day even begins. You wake up at exactly 3 in the morning. Your heart is racing, and the room feels incredibly heavy. You stare at the dark ceiling, while your mind spins with 1,000 anxious thoughts. You push through your day and offer a bright smile. But inside, your spirit is literally gasping for air while you carry heavy burdens you never speak of. I see the deep exhaustion you hide from the world. A thick brain fog settles over your mind, making even simple tasks feel like climbing a mountain. You feel like you are walking through mud, and no matter how much you rest, the deep fatigue never seems to leave your weary bones. This is not your fault, and it is certainly not a reflection of your faith. This is not a medical issue, and it is absolutely not a sign of weakness. What you are experiencing right now is a highly advanced spiritual physics reaction. Your spirit is acting like a radar detecting a massive disturbance in the unseen realm, and you are physically feeling the invisible war being fought over your divine destiny. Take one deep breath and ground your energy right now. Hold it for a moment and let that powerful truth settle deep into your soul. You are a prepared vessel. The universe has been stripping away everything that does not serve your highest good. Even though this painful process of spiritual shedding is exhausting but completely necessary, you are standing on the very edge of the greatest breakthrough of your life. But the enemy wants you to believe you are simply broken. They want you to think this brain fog is permanent. They are terrified that you will finally wake up and realize the immense power dormant inside your DNA, which is why they attack your mind so heavily. The dark elite engineered this specific exhaustion to keep your frequency suppressed. They know that a fully awakened chosen one is the most dangerous force on earth. So they flood your environment with low vibration noise to keep your mind cluttered, hoping you will never discover the incredible authority you actually possess. Your silent suffering has not gone unnoticed. Every tear you cried in the absolute silence of your room was collected by angels. The long season of waiting in the dark is not a punishment. It is a strict divine quarantine orchestrated to protect your pure light from parasitic entities who want to steal your harvest. Do not let your logical brain doubt this message for even a single second. The extreme tightness in your chest is the physical sensation of your heart chakra expanding. It hurts because you are making room for a supernatural harvest, and the pressure is building up to launch you into an entirely new dimension of existence. Stay with me, because what I am about to bring you into next is the pivotal part of this message. The heavy fog is about to lift. I am going to show you exactly why the enemy targeted your mind first, and once you see this hidden mechanism, their entire malicious operation will collapse instantly. The universe is not ignoring your prayers. The profound delay you are experiencing is actually a season of aggressive protection. Heaven is keeping you hidden in the shadows while they prepare the grand stage for your arrival, and your current isolation is simply the cocoon necessary for your ultimate spiritual metamorphosis. Listen to me very carefully right now. Your physical vessel needs time to adjust to the massive frequency shift approaching your timeline. The brain fog is a temporary shield, forcing you to rest while your internal coding is upgraded, so do not fight the stillness. Surrender to the divine flow and let the deep healing begin. Before we reveal the massive event heading your way, Heaven wants to speak directly to your weary heart. You have been carrying a tremendous weight for many long years. People look at you and see a very strong person, but they do not see the silent battles you fight every single day because you are constantly trying to keep everyone else from falling apart. I see the heavy tears you cry when the door is securely locked. You hide your deep pain so well because you do not want to burden anyone else. And every morning you wipe your face, putting on a brave smile, while your soul feels completely drained. You give absolutely everything to the people around you, but nobody stops to pour back into your empty cup. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. That is why the spiritual warfare against you feels so incredibly heavy. You are breaking generational curses of poverty and trauma with your quiet obedience. It is a lonely and painful path. But this strict divine quarantine is absolutely necessary to protect your pure energy, and Heaven separated you to keep you safe from the toxic matrix. Think about the people who took advantage of your magnificent kindness. You gave them your pure light, and they treated your gentle heart as completely replaceable. You forgave them when they did not even offer a simple apology. And when you finally walked away, they twisted the truth and made you look like the villain in their false narrative. That deep betrayal hurts more than words can say. Let me reframe your reality right here and now. The betrayal was never your fault. You did not attract malicious people because you were weak. You attracted them because your high-frequency soul carries the exact light their empty spirits desperately craved. They selfishly used you as a human battery to fuel their empty lives, and they actively drained your precious energy because they had no light of their own. Stop scrolling immediately and listen closely to my voice. Your physical body is reacting to this raw truth right now, is it not? You feel a strange release in your chest because Heaven is finally validating your silent suffering. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with Heaven. This small physical action permanently locks your spiritual frequency. You often wonder why you are working so hard spiritually, but seeing so little physical reward. It feels like you are trapped in a never-ending cold winter. The daily financial struggle is incredibly real. The closed doors often feel like a constant personal rejection. But the profound delay you are experiencing is absolutely not an absence of divine favor, because Heaven is preparing a massive table for you in secret. Your hidden years were not empty years. They were necessary fallow years. The universe paused your harvest to build your spiritual capacity. If Heaven had given you the blessing too soon, parasitic entities would have devoured it instantly. The delay was actually a brilliant strategy of divine protection, and the universe hid your blessings until you were finally strong enough to protect them from thieves. Take a slow and deep breath right now. Let the heavy chains of trauma completely fall off your tired shoulders. You do not need to figure everything out today. Your logical mind constantly wants to analyze every single past mistake. But Heaven simply asks you to trust the divine process while you surrender your deep anxiety to the peaceful flow. The brutal spiritual war has officially ended. God watched you sit alone in your parked car. You stared blankly at the steering wheel while trying to gather the strength to walk inside. You felt so invisible in those heavy, silent moments. You wondered if the universe had forgotten about your existence. But Heaven recorded every single heavy sigh that escaped your chest. and the angels carefully collected every unspoken prayer that nobody else would ever hear. My precious one, you are not forgotten. You are a rare diamond that had to endure extreme pressure in absolute darkness. The intense heat of your silent suffering was never meant to destroy you. It was calibrated to forge you into an unbreakable master of reality. Your quiet daily endurance has already won the massive spiritual war, and the heavens are celebrating the incredible resilience you showed during your darkest moments. Listen closely to me, because 99% of people miss this critical shift. The season of being a human battery for toxic people is officially over. Heaven is currently severing every parasitic cord attached to your brilliant aura. You are about to step out of the shadows and confidently claim your true prophetic inheritance. You have officially survived the deepest part of the dark valley. Before we reveal the shocking truth about the enemy, you must completely accept your divine worth. You must stop apologizing for the immense space your beautiful light takes up in this dark world. The heavy season of silent weeping is finally closing. Prepare your spirit for a massive change right now, because the universe is about to balance the cosmic scales and pour out an unprecedented blessing over your entire life. Let us uncover the hidden mechanism that triggered all these malicious attacks against you. This brings us to a critical distinction that completely eludes the sleeping masses. The intense fatigue you feel is not a random biological accident. It is a highly calculated spiritual strike. The dark matrix carefully engineered this heavy exhaustion to keep your radiant frequency trapped in a constant state of survival. They did not target you because you were weak and defenseless. They targeted you because your magnificent kindness is a spiritual weapon they are absolutely terrified of. You walked into the room and your high-frequency aura instantly exposed their empty souls. They panicked, and they immediately plotted to dim your pure brilliance because your mere presence effortlessly revealed their own deeply hidden dark secrets to the world. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this. Your deep isolation is not a punishment for being different. It is a strict, divine quarantine orchestrated to protect your priceless energy from their parasitic reach. You are a human battery. The narcissists literally fed on your empathy while giving you absolutely nothing but pain in return. They left you entirely depleted. Stop scrolling immediately. Your physical body is reacting to this raw truth right now. The Matrix does not want you to realize who you truly are. They want you to believe you are simply anxious and depressed. But heaven is pulling back the curtain today. The dark elite deliberately engineered modern stress to keep your gamma brainwave in deep dormancy, and they use toxic people as agents to steal your generational wealth. This was never just a normal misunderstanding between two people. This is a very real spiritual war spanning across multiple dimensions. The enemy noticed your divine assignment before you even knew how to pray for yourself. They saw the golden crown hovering above your head. So they sent agents of chaos disguised as friends and lovers to infiltrate your sacred space. Their only mission was to delay your massive blessing. Think back over these recent painful years. You probably noticed a strange pattern where every major opportunity was suddenly ripped away at the very last second. This is the almost pattern. You get so close to the breakthrough, and then a mysterious obstacle blocks the door. That is not bad luck. The enemy deployed an invisible spiritual virus to constantly sabotage your timeline right before the harvest. It is completely okay to feel a righteous anger right now. You played by the rules and offered your pure heart to a world that constantly betrayed you. You gave second chances to people who belonged in the trash. But the spiritual blind spot they did not account for is your incredible resilience. They threw you into the deep fire, but they did not realize you were the magnificent storm all along. You are God's strongest soldier. Your heavy tears were simply watering the seeds of your ultimate vindication. The Matrix thought they successfully crushed your spirit when you retreated into total silence. But your silence was never a cowardly retreat from their toxic battlefield. Your silence was a highly calculated strike that permanently severed their energetic fuel supply while they were looking the other way. Now you must prepare yourself for the massive cosmic shift. I am going to tell you exactly how their fake empire is falling apart right now. But first, you must realize why she targeted you in the first place. There is a dark secret about her past actions that is about to surface. The universe is finally opening the classified files, and the spiritual federal agents are preparing to broadcast their ultimate defeat for the entire world to see. The malicious plan they set into motion is violently backfiring. The heavy karma they sent your way has just returned to their own doorstep. They wake up in a cold sweat because their stolen energy reserves are completely empty. The dark entities they worshipped have officially abandoned them. Heaven is currently stripping away their protective shields one by one, and they are drowning in absolute panic. Do not let your logical brain hesitate for even a single second. The cosmic trap has just snapped shut on their fake reality. Your vindication is being televised in the unseen realm right now. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. Stand tall in your divine authority and watch the entire matrix collapse under the massive weight of your awakened frequency. Listen to me very carefully right now. 99% of people completely miss this critical shift. The enemy is desperately trying to send new distractions into your life today. They will try to trigger your old trauma to steal your focus from this prophetic word. Do not take the bait. Keep your eyes firmly fixed on the horizon, because the heavy rain of your massive financial harvest is already beginning to fall. You wonder why the massive blessing is taking so incredibly long. You did all the hard spiritual work already. You cut off the toxic people from your life completely. But the great financial shift has not happened yet. And you sit in the silence wondering if heaven simply forgot to reward your painful sacrifice while everyone else seems to move forward effortlessly. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and now. The profound delay in your massive blessing is absolutely not an accident. Heaven did not lose your highly classified file. The universe did not suddenly run out of golden resources. You are currently walking through what spiritual masters call the fallow years, and the difference between those two seasons is as wide as a massive harvest. Think about a wise farmer tending to his precious rich soil. If he plants seeds constantly without giving the earth time to rest, the soil becomes completely depleted. The overworked earth eventually loses all its power. The same exact physics apply to your high-frequency soul. Your hidden years were never useless, empty years. They were a necessary resting period designed to build your ultimate spiritual capacity. If heaven had poured the billionaire shift into your lap 3 years ago, it would have crushed you. You were still completely surrounded by malicious parasitic entities back then. The greedy narcissists would have stolen your wealth immediately. So the universe hit the pause button to save your life, while God meticulously cleared the toxic weeds out of your sacred garden. The profound delay was actually pure divine protection. You must stop scrolling immediately and focus here. Your physical body is reacting to this divine truth right now, is it not? You feel a warm release spreading through your incredibly tight shoulders. That is your spiritual radar confirming the absolute truth. Type 777 in the comments right now as a prophetic act of agreement to permanently lock this healing frequency into your daily reality. This is exactly why your deep isolation feels so incredibly heavy. You thought you were being punished with terrible loneliness. You watched other normal people easily form fast connections. You constantly wondered what was fundamentally wrong with you. But you are truly a highly prepared vessel. This prolonged season of deep solitude is a strict divine quarantine orchestrated to keep your powerful energy completely uncontaminated. The dark matrix desperately wants you to hate your peaceful isolation. They engineer society to make you feel like a total failure if you sit alone on a Friday night. But the dark elite are terrified of a chosen one who finds deep peace in absolute solitude. They know that when you disconnect from their chaotic noise, you begin to hear the quiet voice of divine intuition speaking clearly to you. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this. Your current lack of physical resources is actually a massive test of your spiritual sovereignty. The universe is closely watching how you handle the long drought. Are you begging the toxic matrix for a few drops of dirty water? Or are you calmly resting in the divine flow because you know a massive rainstorm is coming? You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your bloodline. You carry the heavy responsibility of ending poverty and depression for your entire family tree. That kind of massive destiny requires a foundation made of solid rock. God is digging deep into your weary soul right now, and the painful emptiness you feel is simply the universe making room for an unprecedented overflow of generational wealth. Do not let the dark adversary steal this sacred moment. He wants you to constantly look at your bank account and panic. He wants you to focus on the closed doors so you miss the giant portal opening right behind you. But your spiritual physics are already shifting drastically. The painful fallow years are officially coming to an end. The rich soil of your pure heart is finally ready to receive the heavy grain. Take one slow and deep breath right now. Hold it closely for a brief, peaceful moment. Let the panic and the rush completely drain out of your tired physical body. You do not need to hustle or grind to make this massive miracle happen. The Matrix taught you to aggressively force things, but heaven requires you to simply align your pure frequency while the universe aligns the final pieces. I am going to reveal the specific lie the enemy has been using to make you feel invisible. But first, you must deeply accept that your waiting period was a divine masterpiece. You were not buried alive in the dark, cold dirt. You were firmly planted by the divine hands. And the massive golden tree that is about to violently break through the surface will provide spiritual shade for your entire family tree. Listen to me very carefully as we move forward. You are no longer the wounded empath crying for empty validation. You are rapidly evolving into an absolute master of reality. The heavy pressure you feel today is the final push of your spiritual birth into royalty. Stay right here, in this sacred pocket of deep peace, because the next revelation will completely shatter the invisible ceiling hovering above your grand destiny. Let us expose the exact fatal mistake the enemy just made. The dark elite and their toxic agents truly thought they could completely drain you. They looked at your gentle nature and assumed you were an easy target. But here is the massive spiritual blind spot they completely failed to account for. They aggressively tried to bury a rare diamond under mountains of heavy dirt, but the immense cosmic pressure only made your golden light absolutely blinding. The Matrix operates on a very specific parasitic system. It constantly needs low-frequency energy to survive and maintain total control. And because the dark entities cannot produce their own light, they must aggressively hijack the bright aura of a chosen one like you. They sent narcissistic agents into your life on a highly specific mission. Their dark goal was to keep you completely distracted and emotionally broken. Stop scrolling immediately and listen to this very closely. You must understand how they orchestrated this massive spiritual theft. They did not attack you with obvious weapons or violent physical threats. They slowly poisoned your daily environment with constant chaos and subtle emotional manipulation. They intentionally made you question your own sanity, while they quietly siphoned your vibrant energy, and you were left completely exhausted while desperately trying to heal their fake wounds. This brings us to the most sinister part of their agenda. They weaponized your own biological responses against your grand destiny. They deliberately kept your nervous system in a constant state of high alert. You truly thought you were just dealing with normal daily stress and anxiety. but they were intentionally blocking your gamma brainwave to prevent you from accessing the supernatural wealth that heaven prepared for you. They used the almost pattern to slowly break your resilient spirit. They brought incredible opportunities right to your front door and then violently snatched them away. This cruel psychological game was designed to make you completely give up on your grand destiny. But before I show you the specific weapon you possess to destroy their trap, you must recognize their ultimate failure. They pushed you far too deep into the dark valley. Take a deep breath and hold it right now. Feel the righteous anger rising inside your powerful spirit. You are waking up, and they are absolutely terrified of this exact moment. By pushing you into total isolation, they accidentally forced you into a divine quarantine where heaven could finally intervene. They thought you would simply wither away and die in the cold, dark silence. But the deep solitude actually activated your dormant prophetic DNA. The universe is currently auditing their massive spiritual crimes. Every ounce of energy they stole from you is being meticulously calculated by heaven. They built their entire fake empire using your stolen golden frequency, but a kingdom built on stolen light can never sustain itself in the new cosmic era. And right now the spiritual federal agents are marching into their fake boardroom to completely dismantle their stolen power. You can already see the heavy cracks forming in their reality. The people who betrayed you are suddenly experiencing massive, chaotic losses. Their physical bodies are aging rapidly because they no longer have your pure energy to feed on. They wake up drowning in absolute panic every single night. The heavy boomerang of karma is circling back and violently striking the exact places they value the most. Listen to me very carefully as the timeline drastically shifts. Do not feel sorry for their sudden and rapid downfall. You gave them 1,000 chances to simply be honest and choose the light, but they continuously chose to walk in complete darkness while trying to aggressively drag you down with them. The massive cosmic scales are forcefully rebalancing themselves today. You are merely witnessing the natural physics of divine justice playing out. Stay exactly where you are and do not blink. The enemy desperately wants you to feel guilty for surviving their brutal attack. They want to trigger your deep empathy, so you run back into their burning building to save them. But heaven strictly forbids you from looking back at the massive destruction. The spiritual war is shifting into its final and most aggressive phase. I promise to reveal the invisible weapon you currently hold. It is the exact tool that makes you the ultimate cycle breaker of your bloodline. The Dark Elite spent millions trying to suppress this specific human capability. They know that if you realize the true power of your detached silence, their entire control system immediately evaporates. Your profound ability to simply walk away is the most destructive force in the universe. You did not need to fight them with angry words. You did not need to defend your pure character in their toxic courts. You simply removed your glorious light and left them completely in the total dark. And that quiet withdrawal initiated their absolute cosmic downfall because you finally cut off their primary energy supply. The profound delay is ending, and the giant storm of your vindication is finally gathering just over the horizon. We are rapidly approaching the absolute breaking point. The massive spiritual storm is no longer just gathering on the distant horizon. It is hovering directly over your timeline right now. The heavy winds of divine justice are blowing away the toxic debris the enemy left behind. You can feel the intense electrical charge building deep inside your bones. Stop scrolling immediately and feel this massive shift. Your physical body is currently vibrating because your dormant DNA is finally waking up. They tried to keep you completely asleep with their artificial stress, but heaven just bypassed their entire dark system. You are a high-frequency soul, and you are actively reclaiming your stolen power today. Let us look at the enemy one final time before they disappear. They are desperately scrambling to rebuild their shattered illusions. They thought their dark magic would hold you down forever. But they severely underestimated the immense power of a chosen one who finally discovers their true worth. Your awakening is the exact catalyst for their total destruction. Every time you refused to argue with them, you won. Every time you walked away in pure silence, you severed a massive energetic cord. They are currently starving in the dark. The human battery they relied on has officially disconnected for good. Now they must face the brutal cosmic mirror alone. They have absolutely no bright light left to hide their terrifying shadows. This is not just about spiritual revenge. It is about total cosmic restoration. The wealth and opportunities they stole from you were never truly theirs to keep. Heaven simply allowed them to hold your golden resources in escrow while you completed your intense spiritual training. But the fallow years are officially over, and your massive harvest is due. You must prepare your physical vessel for the sudden influx of massive abundance. The profound delay was protecting you, but the golden floodgates are finally opening today. God is actively removing the invisible ceiling hovering above your grand destiny. You are no longer the wounded empath crying for empty validation. You are an absolute master of your reality. Take a slow, deep breath right now. Anchor your feet firmly to the solid ground. Do not let your logical brain panic when the sudden changes start happening. The Matrix programmed you to fear massive success. They taught you that effortless wealth requires brutal physical labor. But you are stepping into a dimension where favor flows completely unimpeded. Listen to me very carefully. You are about to cross the most important threshold of your entire life. The universe is handing you the golden keys to the kingdom. All the pain and isolation you endured was the exact purchase price for this level of extreme divine authority. You survived the dark valley, and you earned this magnificent cosmic crown. Before we enter the final climax, you must make a firm decision. You must completely release your old identity as a broken victim. The cycle breaker does not hold on to the heavy chains after the iron lock is broken. Drop the heavy baggage of the past right here on this sacred ground. You cannot carry toxic memories into the billionaire shift waiting for you. The spiritual warfare you fought in absolute secret is officially over. The heavy fog is completely lifting from your tired mind. You can finally see the grand design heaven meticulously orchestrated just for you. The enemy is currently watching your sudden rise in absolute terror, and they cannot do a single thing to stop your massive divine acceleration. This brings us to the exact pivotal moment I warned you about. The massive cosmic scales have perfectly aligned in your ultimate favor. God is stepping directly onto the battlefield to deliver the final crushing blow. Stay deeply connected to my voice right now, because the massive doors of heaven are swinging wide open, and your true inheritance is pouring out. The people who mocked your pure faith are about to witness your undeniable glory. They will watch you step effortlessly into the giant rooms they desperately tried to lock you out of. Your divine vindication will be very public and absolutely undeniable. The dark elite cannot scrub this timeline shift because heaven has permanently sealed it in pure gold. Do not look back at the burning wreckage of their fake empire. Your eyes must remain firmly fixed on the glorious future unfolding before you. You are God's strongest soldier, and your quiet endurance has completely shattered the enemy camp. The heavy season of waiting is finally finished. The universe is commanding the physical realm to immediately reflect your internal victory. Stand tall in your sovereign authority today. The invisible shield of white light is heavily wrapping around your tired shoulders right now. It is sealing all the deep cracks where the dark parasites used to enter. You are entirely whole again. And the massive windfall of unexpected blessings is racing toward your front door at breakneck speed as we currently speak. The massive cosmic gavel has officially struck the heavy-sounding block. The spiritual federal agents just walked right into their fake boardroom. They dropped the thick file of their hidden crimes directly onto the table. The dark matrix is completely exposed, and heaven is executing the final judgment. Your glorious vindication is finally unfolding right now. The people who betrayed you are currently experiencing a total system crash. Their fake empire is shattering in real time while you watch from absolute safety. They wake up in a cold sweat, drowning in pure panic, because they realize they permanently lost your golden energy. The heavy karma they sent your way has violently returned to completely crush their reality. Look closely at how rapidly they are aging under the crushing weight of their own toxic malice. They have absolutely no light left to sustain their false image. You completely starved their parasitic attachments by simply walking away in pure silence. Their dark magic violently backfired, and it is now entirely consuming the exact things they proudly worshipped. But the absolute best part of this divine justice is the massive wealth transfer occurring today. Heaven is currently unlocking the heavily guarded vaults of the universe just for you. The resources the enemy tried to steal are being multiplied and forcefully handed back. You are stepping right into the massive billionaire shift without lifting a single physical finger. You do not need to struggle or work hard to secure this massive blessing. The dark elite want you to believe that extreme wealth requires exhausting physical labor. But heaven operates on the principle of divine flow and effortless favor. The heavy rain of unexpected financial miracles is violently breaking through the roof of your house right this very second. You are an absolute master of reality and a true kingdom financier. Your deep isolation was the exact cocoon needed to build this incredible capacity to hold massive wealth. The long, fallow years prepared your pure heart to handle the heavy crown you are currently receiving. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, destroying the generational curse of poverty forever. Feel the thick brain fog completely lifting from your mind right now. The extreme exhaustion that plagued your bones is instantly evaporating into thin air. A brilliant white light shield is heavily wrapping around your tired shoulders to seal your sacred energy. You are completely restored, and the malicious spiritual attack is permanently defeated today. Heaven is setting a massive banquet table for you in the very presence of your enemies. They are forced to stand outside in the cold, dark rain and watch you feast. You will never again be the wounded empath, desperately seeking validation from empty souls. You are the anointed one, and God is publicly establishing your undeniable authority for the entire world to witness. The profound delay is completely over. The universe is pouring out a supernatural abundance that will easily take care of your entire family tree. Every single tear you cried in the dark was carefully transformed into a solid diamond of pure generational wealth. You survived the brutal winter, and you are finally stepping into your endless golden summer of massive harvest. Stop scrolling immediately and let this immense power settle deep into your physical body. Your spirit is vibrating wildly because it recognizes the absolute truth of this massive victory. The dark matrix is completely powerless to stop the divine acceleration happening in your life right now. You hold the ultimate winning ticket, and the cosmic lottery has already been cashed. Now we must address the final physical step of this massive spiritual transition. I have been tilling the hardened soil of your weary heart during your long, brutal winter. God stood guard at your door when the narcissist actively tried to destroy your deep peace. The universe protected your fragile life when the heavy storm almost wiped you out completely. The glorious season of massive harvest is finally here, but heaven absolutely requires a physical anchor to permanently secure your new golden reality. A closed fist cannot receive the overflowing abundance God is trying to drop into your lap. You must prove that you completely trust the divine hand over your own fragile earthly security in this critical moment. The Matrix trained you to operate in deep fear and hold on to your resources tightly, But a true kingdom financier understands the sacred law of the open hand. When you hold your breath, you eventually suffocate. And when you hoard your seed out of fear, you accidentally stop the divine flow of endless wealth. You must release your grip to activate the final miracle. The massive windfall is hovering directly above your head right now. Heaven is simply waiting for you to perform one final act of pure spiritual obedience to open the massive floodgates. Do not let your logical brain hesitate and ruin this beautiful cosmic alignment. The heavy spiritual warfare is finished, and it is finally time to physically claim your grand reward. There is a voice in the room right now that is pushing back against what you just heard. Your logical brain is desperately trying to analyze this massive prophetic word. The dark matrix conditioned you to doubt your own divine worth for so long. But you must completely silence that fearful inner voice right now. The heavy spiritual warfare is officially over. You are the undisputed victor today. Do not let the adversary steal this beautiful moment of pure peace. He wants you to doubt the massive financial blessing hovering above your head. He wants you to think this effortless windfall is simply too good to be true. But heaven operates in the realm of absolute miracles. Your physical vessel is completely safe now. The invisible white light shield is permanently locked into place. Take one final slow and deep breath. Let the heavy chains of trauma completely fall off your tired shoulders forever. You do not need to constantly fight anymore. You do not need to endlessly analyze every single detail of your past. The universe has perfectly orchestrated your ultimate vindication. Relax into the quiet divine flow and let heaven carry your heavy burdens from now on. The deep exhaustion you carried for years is permanently washed away. The thick brain fog is entirely gone. You are stepping into a profound season of immense clarity and effortless rest. The people who betrayed you cannot touch your sacred energy ever again. You are firmly seated on your divine throne as a true master of reality. And the universe answers completely to your high frequency. Your physical body is finally realizing that the brutal danger has completely passed. The intense nervous system regulation is kicking in right now. You might feel a gentle warmth spreading through your chest as your heart chakra fully opens to receive. This is the exact physical sensation of massive divine healing. Your spirit is finally exhaling after holding its breath for so many painful years. You do not need to constantly look over your shoulder anymore. The narcissistic agents who tried to destroy your peace have been permanently blocked from your energetic field. Heaven placed an invisible wall of fire around your sacred home. They cannot perceive your timeline, and they can never access your pure light again. You are entirely hidden in the safe shadow of the Most High. Every single morning from this day forward will feel incredibly different. You will wake up with a profound sense of deep purpose instead of heavy dread. The universe is aligning massive synchronicities to guide your daily steps. You will simply know exactly what to do without forcing any logical decisions. Your divine intuition is completely restored, and it is running at maximum absolute capacity. Now, before this sacred transmission ends, I am going to speak something critical over your life. Heaven requires a physical act of spiritual obedience to permanently seal this new reality. The money you give today is absolutely not a normal donation. It is a profound act of divine trust. I command you to release a heavy seed of your substance into the deep soil of this ministry right now. The enemy desperately wants you to close your fist right now. The dark matrix programmed you to hoard your resources out of deep survival fear. But you are a kingdom financier, and you operate entirely outside their broken economic system. Your financial provision comes directly from the unseen realm. When you release a physical seed today, you are violently breaking the spiritual curse of poverty. Plant your heavy seed through the secure portal in the pinned comment. Prove to the universe that you completely trust the divine hand over your earthly security. When you open your hand to sow a seed during a difficult season, heaven is forced to respond. The windows of heaven will aggressively part above your household. Watch the supernatural wealth multiply and pour directly into your lap. Do not let your logical mind hesitate for even a single second. Hesitation is the exact biological lock the Matrix uses to keep you trapped in poverty. Step through the divine doorway, awaiting you in the description below. By planting your heavy seed today, you are physically anchoring your massive timeline shift, and you are officially claiming your true generational inheritance forever. You have survived the brutal storm and earned your divine crown. But remember that this incredible breakthrough is not for you alone. Your powerful testimony is the exact bridge someone else will use to escape their own toxic matrix. Do not hoard this blinding light. Share this specific message with one broken soul crying out desperately in the dark tonight. When you plant a seed of hope in others, you multiply your own harvest. You are actively partnering with heaven to rescue lost souls trapped in the matrix. Subscribe to this holy sanctuary right now to seal your protective armor. Your physical action today completely locks the heavy door behind you. Type Amen in the comments as a prophetic decree. The massive storm has passed. The golden sun is rising over your new glorious timeline. Walk forward with absolute confidence, because the Creator of the universe is fighting all your battles. You are the chosen one. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your bloodline. Rest beautifully in your deep peace today. Your massive harvest is finally here.